I say quite a lot, do hard shit and be confident, but what happens when you actually have to do hard shit? When you actually have to struggle, when you have to go to the gym and do the things that you said you were going to do and show up when training is hard, when you feel like life's beating you down, like you're getting knocked on your ass, what are you supposed to do then? And my answer to you would be to cling to your why. And I want to make this video to shed light on the importance of always knowing what your why is, the reason behind why you do things. Because if you don't know why you do the things that you do, what this means to you, the greater meaning of what it is that you're pursuing, trying to achieve, the goals that you've set forth, when it gets hard and when it gets tough, you are going to suffer and experience a lot of unnecessary doubt and uncertainty because you didn't sit down and think about what your goals are, what they mean to you, and why you're doing them. And I'll give you an example using myself and what my why is and what led me to be here. Now, I posted a video recently about how I rebuilt myself. And I highlighted on some of the things that I went through in that video, but I want to talk about those things today to show you how I crafted my why and how that why gets me through doing tough things. There are things that I've done with my life now that younger me never would have thought that I could have done. They were tough things. They were hard things that I felt like I went through a lot of difficulty and pain and suffering, both physically and psychologically and mentally, in order to become the person that I am now. When I was younger, I was this nervous, anxious little kid, insecure in herself, was scared to be visible, be seen, to say how she felt, to raise her hand in class, to speak up. I was insecure, so I would project that onto other people through my behaviors and through just being like an obnoxious kid. And I had so much doubt in myself if I could do it, if I would ever be good enough, if I would ever be the person capable of being an athlete and looking like an athlete and living the life that I do now and becoming the girl or the person that I am now. That was always like a question mark in my head. And when I was younger, that question mark became extremely overwhelming. It caused a lot of mental chaos. And I could almost compare it to like when you're on your fitness journey and you don't know if you're doing the right thing, but you kind of just have to have faith and you have to have hope that, okay, if science isn't lying and a calorie deficit in training is supposed to work or something like that, you kind of just have to trust it because you won't get the instantaneous feedback loop that you'd like, right? You'd have to wait for a few weeks or maybe even a month or so to really tell if you're progressing or not. And this is the same thing here. I never knew. Like, it got to a point where the whole, am I doing the right thing? Is this working? I'm not sure. And I couldn't really measure anything for progress because this was purely just how I felt and who I was. It wasn't like it was a physical metric that I could track. And I got tired of like the chaos of every single day wondering, well, will I ever become who I want to be? Will I ever be this? Will I ever stop being so insecure? Will I ever stop being anxious? Will I ever trust myself? Will I ever feel like I can do it? And it reached a point where I was like, I'm tired of hearing all that up here. I'm tired of the chaos. I'm tired of the doubt and this paralyzing fear of if I will ever be able to make it or do it or transform consume me to keep me stuck. I was like, it's no longer a question. I'm not going to sit here ever leaving myself wondering. And I felt like at that point, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said to myself, you don't deserve to constantly second guess yourself, to feel like you don't know if you're going to get there. You deserve to know, and you deserve the opportunity to be able to work towards it. And from that point on, my why became proving myself to be true, like removing that what if. Like, there is absolutely no doubt, what if, I will do whatever it takes. I don't care if it takes forever. I don't care if it's difficult for extended periods of time. I will keep moving forward. And that is why I do the things that I do. And that is also what gives me the ability to endure tough things, because I think about how I felt in that time when I was younger. And I was so worried and anxious and insecure in myself. And those feelings that I felt at that young age made me unable to almost live life to the fullest. I couldn't enjoy things. I couldn't fully be myself and step outside and be able to speak up, be able to hold a conversation. If you were to have met me when I was younger or, in my early teens, middle teens, whatever, I was first a quiet kid that was a little bit insecure. I've always played sports and stuff like that, but I was always anxious about it. I was always worried about making a mistake or doing the wrong thing. I had absolutely no confidence in myself at all. I was so insecure when I was younger. And then as I got older, I did become like louder and not the quiet kid anymore, but it was still the same thing was going on. It was just now I was like the funny kid, but really I was just trying to always take like attention off of me and distract because I was insecure and just being seen. I didn't want to be seen. And so I would like make a joke or something to like distract people from me. And I got to a point where I kind of separated myself into two different people and I was like tired and fed up of feeling that weight every day of being like, am I ever going to do this? Will I ever be able to transform? Is this even possible? And right then and there, it's like, okay, what happened on the days when, when I went through my bodybuilding prep? I ended up starting and embarking on the bodybuilding prep to build discipline and show me where my weak points were because I knew that it would. And I already knew that I was going to experience tough times. And so in that period, when I went through those tough times, I didn't give a fuck about how lean I was going to get. I didn't give a fuck about stepping on stage and wearing my suit and being in heels and like the fun part of it. I didn't care about that at all. And I mean, if I didn't have a why, I probably would have fucking given up. But when it got hard and when I felt like I was grinded down to the bone and like I had no will, I was just like, I don't care about the vanity based goals. Like at the end of the day, when you're facing the mirror and you're looking at all the mental faults and lapses that you have and how you lack discipline and how you can be inconsistent and how you can be mentally weak or sometimes you don't know how to handle emotions or tough times, you're not going to give a fuck about your abs. You're not going to sit there and care, oh my god, I have a 3D delt right now. You're not going to care. But what you will care about is your why. When you sit there in the mirror and you're like, fuck, I don't know if I can keep going. It's tough. I don't know. I mean, I could say that this applies also to the marathon. Like, I don't know if I can keep going. Like, I could have easily stopped at any point. But I didn't. And when I wanted to stop or when I wanted to quit running, I wasn't thinking about, oh my god, like, I'm going to get so lean because I'm doing cardio right now. And I didn't think about that. Every single time I've been grinded down to the bone and I feel like I'm knocked on my ass. I feel like I have 5% gas left in my tank. All I think about is younger me and how she felt. And that this is what it feels like to grow. This is what it feels like to transform. This is what it feels like. But anytime I've been at what feels like 1%, 2%, 5%, like my battery is about to die, I cling to my why. To proving to myself, to my younger self, that I will do it. So that she doesn't ever have to doubt and wonder, will it happen? Whatever. I will make it happen. I will do it. It will no longer be a question. I will put in so much work and effort and give everything that I've got, and it will happen. Because I know what it feels like to wonder and to think and to be so unsure. And I hated feeling unsure of myself. And every time I keep going, even when I'm at 5%, I think about how the cure to being unsure is to doing it regardless of if you want to, if you feel like it, if it's easy, if it's difficult, because that gives me unwavering trust in myself. And when I was younger, I didn't trust myself because I never showed myself that I would do it. The reason that I was so insecure when I was younger is because I would say that I would do something or I would do this or I would take this risk, and I would be so scared of what others would think of me, if I would be able to do it, if I would underperform, that I never executed. I never even tried. And because I never tried, even though I said I was going to, or I said I was going to do this, that led for me to feel an imbalance. My mouth would say all these things, but my actions wouldn't follow up. And the difference between the two caused for me to have that insecurity. I would look in the mirror and see all the things I said I would do and know that I didn't do them, or I didn't even try, or that I just said I would do it. And that led me to feel an insane amount of insecurity within myself. And so the why behind everything that I do, the marathon, the bodybuilding shows, the whatever it is because I don't ever want to feel that. I want to prove it to myself. And the only way to prove it to yourself is to say you're going to do something hard and give it everything that you've got. I'm not saying that you can never fail. I'm not saying that you have to always be the best and number one and successful. Yes, we should always have goals and push ourselves and hold ourselves accountable. But have the willingness and the trust in yourself to try. Have the confidence in yourself to set a goal and fall short. You would rather set your goals so damn high, shoot for the moon and land on a star, than consistently shoot for just the edge of Earth's atmosphere. Because that is just a life of mediocre. You are just living a mediocre life of setting goals and bars that you know you can achieve. When things get difficult, when things get hard, when you think about your fitness journey or whatever goal it is you're trying to embark on, it's really not about the end result. It is about the journey, it is about the why, and it's about proving it to yourself. And I know that other people, and like you guys watching this probably too, experience things when you were younger and feeling similar to me. And you carry that. You carry that. And true fulfillment in life is conquering those things. It's not about the money, it's not about the vanity-based goals of your physique. Yes, in my opinion, maintaining your physique is a hygiene thing, and it is a reflection of how well you figured things out in your head or mentally, but it's not about that. It's constantly pursuing growth and constantly proving it to yourself and clinging to your why, whatever your why may be. My why is making sure that I never have to feel that degree of uncertainty where I had no trust in myself. Now, whenever I embark on something that I don't know if I can accomplish, or I think is scary, I have the trust in myself that A, I'm going to give it all that I got. And if that doesn't get me to the end result or the end goal, then B, I'm going to get up, learn, and be stronger next time and eventually accomplish it. Because I know what it feels like to be uncertain, to be unsure, and I know how much that can cause noise up here. And when it causes all that noise up here, it takes away from your capacity to be able to actually get where you want to be. And so, in doing this and finding my why, clinging to my why, remembering my why, writing it down for when I do have tough times, because sometimes I even have to go back and be like, okay, I've recognized that I'm having a tough day today. I've recognized that I feel like I have no gas left in the tank, like I want to quit. Let me be intentional and really look back at my why and remember why I'm doing all of this. Because the only reason is to show younger me that I'm doing this, that you don't ever have to be unsure because I'm going to do it. At the end of the day, you are going to be the only person in your corner like 99%, 95% of the time. You better make sure that you're someone who can take care of you, someone that you can trust. You better make sure that you are a damn good leader of yourself. Because you are the only person that can lead you where you want to be. You're the only person that can conquer those things that are slowing you down, that are causing that mental chaos. You are the only person. And my why is showing myself that you can become and be whatever it is that you want, and you can reach those goals, you can do those things, and there's absolutely nothing stopping you, and that those beliefs and those insecurities that you had about yourself are nothing but just that, beliefs and insecurities. Do beliefs and insecurities change facts, reason, and logic behind getting where you want to be? No. And I let insecurities and beliefs about myself stop me from achieving the things that I wanted. And it was in achieving those things and doing those things that gave me the most growth, that taught me how to handle things and tough times and still move forward. And whenever my why comes up, I just think of younger me. What younger me would need to hear? What younger me would want to see me do? What would inspire younger me? What would show her that it's all going to be okay? What would show her that she is strong, that she is capable, that she can do it? What would cure that uncertainty and doubt in her head? My why is simply proving it to myself. When I don't give a fuck about anything else and I feel like I'm on empty, I think about proving it to younger me, proving it to her, showing her that she can and she will. It's important that you find your why, and I encourage everyone that I coach and everyone that I see on this journey to do so. And I hope by sharing my why and posting videos towards younger me and being consistent can help encourage and inspire you and show you that if you do feel those things, I'm not saying that you're going to be feeling the same things as me. I'm not saying that your struggles are going to be exactly congruent to mine. But if you are, and if you are wondering if you'll ever make it, if you are feeling that frustration, if you are experiencing that uncertainty that is causing you to feel stuck, that is causing you to feel like you don't know what to do, that's causing you to not be able to enjoy and live life to the fullest because you're so unsure and uncertain, you can get out of that, you can escape that, and you can build yourself to be the person who shows you that it is certain. You will do it. You will get there. So if you're struggling, if you're having a tough time, identify your why and cling to it for dear life when you are on those days where you feel empty, when you're on 5%, when the last thing you want to do is go train, or the last thing that you want to do is that task that needs to be done to level you up, to get you where you want to be. Because at the end of the day, when you keep falling short and you keep not proving it to yourself, that insecurity will creep back in. And that insecurity will keep you stuck and keep you frustrated. And no matter what, no one deserves to live with insecurity, because when you are experiencing that insecurity and that doubt in yourself, you are not living and experiencing life to the fullest. Experiencing and living life to the fullest is feeling pain, is feeling failure, is also feeling success, is also having those high moments as well as those low moments. That is what living life is to the fullest. And sometimes when we're insecure, it causes us to fall right in this just like middle line, this level of mediocre, where it's like we don't want to shoot too high, because if we shoot too high and we fall down to this peak, we're not going to be able to handle it. Trust in yourself that you will be able to handle tough things that are thrown at you, and watch. Because I can tell you right now, and I'm saying from personal experience, we often underestimate how much we can truly handle. We often underestimate the capacity that we have to handle tough things, tough feelings, tough emotions. I promise you, you can do a lot more than you probably think. So go try it. Go give it a shot, because two things are going to happen. You're either going to surprise yourself and be like, damn, I can do a lot more than I thought. Or two, you're going to shoot for the moon and you're going to fall on a star, and you're still going to be happy, and you're going to learn from that fall from the star. You're going to learn, and then you can take that information, learn from it, and get better and jump farther or shoot farther or whatever the hell. Find your why and prove to yourself that you can. Thank you so much for watching. I want you guys to remember to do hard shit, be confident, have the courage to be uncomfortable. Don't give a shit what anybody says about you. But most importantly, do not forget how much I love you, how much I'm rooting for you, and how much I'm genuinely thankful for everybody that watches, comments, DMs. There is nothing more rewarding to me than receiving a DM where people say things like, thank you for posting that video. Thank you for being so transparent and so honest and raw. And those DMs are so fulfilling. I love to read it. If you want me to be your coach, I will leave the application to that in the description of this video. If you're a good fit, I will personally be reaching out to you. Like I said, if you have any questions or you're struggling or you need anything at all, go ahead and DM me on Instagram, which will also be linked in the description, and I will get back to you with a voice message. Thank you again. I can't thank you guys enough for watching. I love y'all, and I will see you in the next video.